Lauderdale at a hotel that remains nameless to meet the one and only Wigger.
Cassady Campbell. Can't wait.
We're anticipating him. Unfortunately, he doesn't know who the real stars are because he's late. So.
It's a beautiful, windy, 80-some degrees, sunny. Should be a great day for the beach.
Great day for the beach, and I think he's getting in the mold mobile, and we're taking him around. And little does he know, his chauffeur just dosed up. Whee!
Everybody's using the wee now. That's you. Urban Dictionary. Whoops, excuse me.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you need that? How many times? How many times do I lock that fucking door on you?
I know.
No,
That's all right.
No, that's not him. Give me a second. Oh, you're pissing?
Yeah. I'm pissing outside because my bladder's sensitive.
Should I get the uncensored piss for the Patreon?
Yeah. Hung like a PJ. I piss like PJ.
Somebody sent PJ a box of like these chocolate rice cake protein Reese's, what are they called? Rice Krispie treat looking things. And I don't think he's ever gonna leave his house again. He's just eating ooey and gooey treats.
I don't blame him. Kitties and girls.
Kitties, girls, crispy treats.
Now
That's not him. That's not him, is it? In the black shirt.
I don't think so. This right here is what Cassie will be swimming in.
Swimming in piss.
Thank you, New World Nutritionals. Thank you very much. The finest liver cleaner on the planet. Look at the ingredients: choline, inositol, L-methionine, L-taurine, betaine anhydrous, and deoxycholic acid, also known as Tudcut.
Yeah.
But it's a proprietary blend and unmatched, especially for the gallbladder, because people get gallstones. You feel this after you take it. You get a feeling of, like it's indescribable. One scoop.
Now, maniacs, riddle me this, riddle me that. Put in the comments section. Is this liver scrub or is this Robzilla's front for something else? I'm looking forward to it. Show them the protein too. You said it's got a little bit of raw sugar in it.
This is New World Nutritionals, which was sent to me. The whey isolate, the purest form. And people say, oh, hydrolyzed a little faster. No, they're very similar. This is where it's at after a workout. Mix it with some carbs, take it as on its own, depending what your goals are. Mix it with some peanut butter, fruit, whatever, depending on what your goals are. But are you talking natural, clean, pure, no amino acid spiking? New World Nutrition.
United States Army here to try to restrain us. You're going to need a little more beef than those three pipsqueaks.
They're wearing their masks, so that tells you they're not worth a shit. They're brave. I had to tell them they're a disgrace. Their forefathers in World War I didn't have masks on when the Germans were using mustard gas. And these guys got to still wear a mask? Shame on them. That must be a Joe Biden mandate. And they're probably transsexuals.
You know, at one point over the last 2 years, I considered, when I was working at GNC, an Army recruiter came in and talked to me about it. And they make it sound glorious, you know, they give you the sales pitch. And I thought about it. And then when things got, you know, I thought about it even last November. But to be in the Army under Biden, oh, mandatory back, we can't even say that.
And he's going to try to throw his weight around.
Right.
Get him in a conflict, which he did without congressional approval.
Right.
Good luck. But anyway, we got many maniacs in the armed forces. The real ones that see through the bullshit. The ones that train.
Right.
The ones that aren't wasting their time drinking. They're not afraid of going to harm's way. And heads up, if this is out before Tuesday, I want to talk about possibly having an MMA fight with Mr. G. I'm going to speak to Dave. My preference is to have it done at the Mr. Olympia. There's an undercard to that.
Yes.
And I needed that decision this week so I can
Get the training going.
Different training. But same old eating, sleeping, and growing. But more strength, more power, you know. I'll go through that with you, but if not, I'll do the Ruby. Because Dale and Cornelius are looking pretty big and bloated. Cornelius got the bullfrog eyes. He's so full of water.
Well, I think that switching up the training geared towards fighting would be the best thing that...
But I talked to Aladdin, and he thinks I could do both. So...
That's a great point, yeah, because you'd be getting lean.
Plan on going up there very soon. He's got connections, you know, gyms and you know, MMA type gyms.
Yeah.
Get some instruction in. I'll get the cardio in. I'll be a busy boy.
Well, how about this? You walk onto the Ruby stage carrying Mr. G's head as your trophy.
That would be ideal.
In your right hand, you'll have his head. In the left hand, you'll have a Mr. Potts cookie.
Yeah.
Whee!
And obviously, I want Rob as my manager when we come to the ring.
Right.
And there may be some extracurriculars.
PJ, send the contact info for your tailor, because I'm going to come out razzled and dazzled in one of those custom suits.
That's my stipulations.
Yeah.
Going somewhere in life. See that? That piss has more heart than Mr. G.
So if you guys book a cameo, this is what you're in for.
Hey Wes, you know who I am? I heard you got a severe lust for transsexuals. Been there, done that. But you got to control that. Because you can become obsessed once you get the ball rolling. Freudian slip intended. But one thing, Wes, take care of yourself. And it's not being selfish. When you take care of yourself through the eating, training, sleeping, watching our videos, watching intelligent videos, meeting interesting people, learning from them. You don't learn from talk, you learn from listening. Reading books and going to school. We got to remember, college is a financial trap. It's not the only way to learn. So I wish you all the best. If you get a good tranny, hey, have some fun with it, but don't take it where the sun don't shine. That is a death sentence. And we love you, and we're part of the Maniacs. And I got a little 2-for-1. Guess who?
Hey Wes, Robzilla here, and I just want to let you know. Whoop, sorry, I'm not the brightest tool in the shed. I can't think right now.
So hope to see you soon, Wes. What do you think about that? Thanks.
Got the mold spray here, and I'm gonna demonstrate. Inside we got from BioBalanceNow.com. They sell a formula that's basically citrus seed extract, lemon seed extract, grapefruit seed extract, whatever. This formula is made for furnitures and carpets. So the inside of the car, you know, it has that carpeting crap. Because the fog liquid isn't strong enough to penetrate it. So I'm going to do a little demonstration.
Well, natural chemicals, so you can actually drink that.
Right, and there's a little bit of oregano essential oil in there, thanks to a maniac who recommended using oregano oil to kill mold, which I've seemed to have better success with. But I'm going to demonstrate a day in the life of Robzilla, me spraying down everything in sight, including myself.
Look at that. Rob, so you can actually spray that anywhere, any surface.
Anywhere. And
great.
We know Lenny was living with black mold. Maybe we'll give the cooler a few squirts.
Thank you. This is serious, not talked about stuff that affects a lot of people. It affected me when I was living there. That actually smells good.
But you know, there's something else going on, because there's a lot of species of mold. Like, we just went to gas station maniacs. You ever go in like an older gas station that has that real musty, nasty smell? That's mold too, but that stuff doesn't come with all the different side effects that whatever is like in my house. But it's the AC, the ducts, the AC units. That's where you gotta watch out. It's Florida, and I won't even turn my on because I get sick.
Robzilla, is mold basically the same as fungus?
It's a fungus.
Okay.
It's a form of fungus.
So a certain mailman that has a certain fungus called jock itch is similar to mold. Maybe you ought to spray him.
Well, Brad, we're coming for you.
Ooh,
We're coming for you.
Brad. Uh-oh.
And maybe we ought to teach these Army Rangers a lesson on how to shoot things. So I just walk through my house like this. I look for any black spots. Give it a squirt.
You know what? That could possibly kill a certain pandemic type virus too, I would imagine, possibly.
I don't know, but the oregano is very strong. If you put oregano essential oil or something, and
I would suggest it'd be a good insect repellent too.
Probably, yeah.
That's great.
Essential
Very cheap.
oils are great. There's a lot of good uses, but one thing I didn't realize is I was out and about one day and I didn't have deodorant on me. I had cinnamon essential oil, and I figured, oh, this will work. So I put it here. That shit almost burned my skin off. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, don't put that in the mailman's jockstrap. Hint, hint, maniacs.
Yeah.
You want to send some jockstraps to you know who?
But the maniac who suggested the oregano, DM me because he did me a big favor.
Yeah, that smells great.
It's just the oregano. It kind of burns your skin, but it's killed bacteria. That's why.
Yes. Nothing wrong with burning skin.
Maybe we ought to spray Cassady down when he gets here. I'll be like, listen, I have a severe mold allergy. We got to spray you down and sanitize you before you come near us.
Rob, I suggest get your own mold company.
Except I won't be able to be the one to do it. But
You don't have to do it.
You're
You get a
absolutely
crew.
right. You're absolutely right.
Get a crew.
You're
We're
absolutely
going to work
right.
on that.
Because I had an idea of doing it for yachts.
Yeah.
Because those people have money and yachts are on the water. They get very moldy. It's a small area, and I've spent so much time researching this crap. It's like I know how to, I know how to.
We're going to work on that.
We're gonna work on that.
That's your legacy.
Hint, hint, investors.
Yeah. And
Well,
you know what?
there
I would think that some of in certain labs of certain countries, they're making new molds to make people sick. That wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. But it's good to be conscious of, and I think that cerebral license stuff I'm taking, I honestly feel like that might heal my brain
What are
enough.
you feeling exactly? Do you get a feeling right after you use it, or?
The next day you feel a little bit drowsy, a little bit of brain fog, but at the same time it's like, it's almost, when you take a certain vitamin or something and your body knows that it needed it, and you get a great feeling, almost like you tear up. It's like your body's like thanking you in a way. I mean, whatever's in it, I just felt so refreshed. I haven't enjoyed music for years. It's like I'm thinking like, oh, I want to hear this song, I want to hear that song, which isn't that important, but I'm remembering things that I haven't even thought about in years. And that's only one dose. The dosage on that is tricky. Leo told me, first he said take 1 milliliter every night, and then I was reading about it a little bit, and then he says to take between 5 to 10 milliliters a night for 5 days straight, and then go off of it, and then do it again in a couple months. But they come in 10 milliliter ampules, so once you crack it open, you got to use it.
Yeah.
Unless I just load insulin needles up with it and put it in the fridge. But I tried to pin again with a 23 gauge needle. I haven't used one of those in months. I couldn't do it. I did 10. I'd rather do 10 1 milliliter insulin shots than 3 milliliter shots with a 23 gauge. I can't, but no matter.
I like the 22.
Ooh, you're harpooning yourself.
Yeah. I did a 19, which I should have, and that's probably leaking out, but you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
That's where it is, the health, the sleeping. Rob's got some stuff to make his REM sleep good with. He's removing mold. You guys, maniacs, got to look at that. Investigate the basics first. Getting the clean air and this beautiful sunlight.
You're right. Back to basics. That's all I was thinking about all weekend while I was at work. Is, first of all, the any oral any pills. My liver I was throwing up all Friday night, throwing up, couldn't eat, no appetite. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just go back to a maintenance dose of what, and then maybe do the cardarine for cardio, get my cardio back, because I walk up the stairs and I'm huffing and puffing, needing to sit, which is not
You're
good.
gaining weight, but yeah, that definitely helps.
And heart disease is huge in my family, huge. On my mother's side, all her stepbrothers and her father had heart attacks in their 30s and 40s. All of them.
Which is the oldest man in your family history that reached the highest age?
Damn. I don't know.
What would you
My
guess?
grandfather died at 65. My other grandfather died before that.
Well, Rob, honestly, I think with your protocol, you'll extend your life, but realistically, and any maniac, I don't care if you have a second to live or 100 years, it's all relative. What are you doing at the time? And when you pass, it's absolutely meaningless when you go on to the afterlife, because life doesn't die. It does not die.
I'm not, maybe it'll change, but I'm not scared to, maybe at 60, I'd rather make an impact.
Yeah.
Which, even though it may seem small to some, I get in the DMs from the maniacs who say, I don't have many friends, I'm not much to look forward to. I go home and I watch your videos, it makes my day. That type of thing makes me feel good. I'd rather live till 60 years old and know that I did a lot in my life than to live till 90 and just, the guy I used to do flooring with in Connecticut, he brought this point up once. He said, would you rather, it was when I think David Bowie died.
Yeah.
He said, would you rather live to 50 and live a great life like he did, or live until 80, 90 and have the white picket fence, the family, the cookie cutter lifestyle? And I said 50. And I told my girlfriend at the time, that's what broke us up. And I said, I'd rather live sort of a, do what I want type of lifestyle, not to sound, not do what I want, but I really had no interest in settling down, white picket fence, all that.
And again, Rob, diseases, tragedies, they're going to come at you, things you would never even dream, pops up out of nowhere. Just getting in the car is a big risk you could take.
Yeah.
So think about that. And also, I want to unveil one of the biggest medical scams of this century. Skin cancer. The dermatologists have said over and over the last 30, 40 years, stay out of the sun. And unbeknownst to some of them, but the people that pull the strings, going back to, Rockefeller medicine and things like that, cookie cutter, they know that the sun is the number one vitamin D, which is the number one cancer fighter. They knew that those that get sun exposure live long and healthy lives. And number three, they sell sunscreens, which make matters much worse. I would never put that garbage on. I'd rather put the you-know-what from a 10 on my body. But getting back to that is the single biggest scam. Stay out of the sun. Obviously, if you're light skinned, you have to limit it. If you're dark skinned, that's why a lot of them get cancer, because they're taking this continent, a free trip on a nice yacht 300 years ago, and they're getting less sun. So they always tell me, you're going to get skin cancer. You're going to get skin.
Yeah.
Well, where is it? Where is it? I know some people said this is cancer. It's not. It's from my neck harness ripping into it. Something that Mr. G never put on his head in his life. And a so-called guy doing life in prison, I'm not going to mention his name, everyone was afraid of, put a plate on it, tried the neck harness, and it messed up his greasy hair. And Meow Man knows who I'm talking about. And he chickened out after a plate, so. Work your neck and get in the sun.
That goes for females too, because it's going to come in handy when you're bopping up and down, if you catch my drift.
That's right. I know some people like pasty white skin. The late, great Dan Duchesne liked it like that, but get some sun, and especially if you can get some sun where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
That's good for colon health, colon cancer. So all the girls, lay on your back and have your legs spread and behind your ankles to get some sun.
Gooey and gooey.
And if I were concerned, there's no nudity laws. You legally have the right to do that, to get sun into your rectum. Another big health secret. Get sun where the sun don't shine. Who's the cookie cutter that made that up? The sun should be shining there. So bend over and spread them, gals. Doctors say you'll get skin cancer. And then if you don't get in the sun, you're going to get cancer everywhere else. Pancreatic, colon cancer. Actually, Rob, you should sell things that stretch a girl's rectum out, so when she bends over, the sun goes all the way in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with those the things.
A speculum.
No, yeah, a speculum, and then the tinfoil looking things people wear to get the sun's reflect on them. We'll sell those like a cone that directs the sunlight right into the anus.
Great.
An anal cone.
Yeah, that'll take away all that itching, all that bacteria. You'll be able to rim every day.
Yep.
And get rimmed.
And we're gonna have Cornelius model it for us.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
sponsor
sure he
you,
will.
Cornelius. We know that you're struggling out there since Dale's no longer paying all your bills for you to tell him to do 3 sets of 12. So we're going to help you out. We're going to give you a nice sponsorship. You'll be the anal shiner.
Cornelius, we know you're a freak. And we know you look like a meat grinder on stage, so.
Yeah.
And Cornelius, actually, I'm proud of you. He was so freaking bloated, him and Dale in that chair. His face, you know, like I get the bullfrog eye.
Yeah.
He had the same eye as me. 2 grams of test wouldn't surprise me.
What do you think about that?
Cornelius is smart, but he knows how to turn on the switch.
He knows how to turn the switch, but one thing he's got to stop doing, Cornelius, stop trying to shove things up your cornhole. Your Cornelius hole. No, honestly, here comes Cassady now, but I spoke to Cornelius over the weekend. Man, he's a great fucking sport. He loves it. He's like, keep it going, keep it going. He offered us to go out there in North Carolina and stay with them and everything. He's a great guy. He said he's coming with us, so we got to make room. I guess he's got his cameraman with him. Don't feel like you got to hide that.
No, I gotta
It's mouth rinse.
prepare myself.
Mentally for the